Miss Candy, do you remember this?
When I was dancing, Mr. Moody half of his body was on the stage, like he was trying to put his paws, all on the stage.
Now, are you supposed to touch the dancers?
When you at a strip club and the dancers are dancing on you, of course there's gonna be, in a sense, some form of body contact.
Yeah, but they got rules, right? Did y'all have rules?
Oh,
there's rules. There's
signs that say no touching the dancers.
You know what? I don't care where you from north, south, east to west. Everybody knows you don't touch the dancers. And Mr. Moody definitely know the rules as many times as you've been in there.
That's
when
right.
you had to.
Well, I understand the rules.
I know you can read.
Miss Davis, I know this is important to you because your club is at stake.
Yes,
But you gotta talk to me, okay?
Sorry.
So, Miss Candy, how did this actually happen?
Judge, would you like me to show you?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay, let me show you. So I was going around the pole, and then I kicked my leg up and went around, just like that.
And so that's when your shoe came off?
Yes, that's when my shoe came off.
Okay.
But I didn't mean for it to happen, Your Honor.
You weren't intending to put his eye out?
Absolutely not, but he was leaning over. Had he not been doing that, it would have never happened, Your Honor.
Now, Miss Davis, you said something about him being in the wrong place. What do you mean by that? I didn't know there was a wrong place in an adult entertainment club.
Yes, Your Honor, there is. There is a restricted area.
Explain the restricted area for me.
I have a diagram. Can I submit it to the court?
Yes, ma'am. I saw that diagram. We're going to put it up on the plasma here. You can use it to explain your club to me.
This is the stage here where Miss Candy and some more of the ladies were dancing at. Now, they were on the back pole, and Miss Candy was right here on this front pole. And as you see, all this area here is the restricted area that I was referring to. So nobody has any business being over in this area.
So Mr. Moody's in the restricted area?
Not only is he in the restricted area, but he's actually leaned over the stage, too.
Do you remember that?
This is the thing. I wasn't the only one that was there.
You're the only one I remember being there.
Well, you're lying.
No.
Because
Whoa.
why would I just sit and place myself in just a restricted area if there wasn't other people there?
So, Miss Davis, can people just sit in the restricted area, the customers?
No. There are signs that clearly say, restricted area, keep out.
Did you see any of those signs?
With the ambiance and the light settings of the room, I don't remember seeing that.
Well, you knew you were in a restricted area, true?
Yes, Your Honor, but there was other people that were in that same restricted area as well.
So why do you feel like the rules don't apply to you?
I get to ask the question.
I'm a regular.
I'm sorry.
I get to ask the question.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
But why do you think the rules don't apply to you?
Listen, Your Honor, I'm a regular. And it's so ironic, because they weren't complaining when I was throwing 20s and 50s in the G-strings.
Y'all had to know he was in the restricted area.
They knew I was
right?
there.
As you can see, the VIP booths are on the side, so he was being slick. When the bouncer would come tap him, he would walk back over to the VIP booth, and then everybody would go on about their business, and then he would sneak back to the restricted area.
So you kept coming back, Mr. Moody?
I was not the only customer there, Your Honor. But yes, I did.
Mr. Moody, you were leaning over the dance floor. You're in the restricted area, and now you come and ask this court to give you your medical expenses of $29,000? What's life been like since you suffered this eye injury?
It's been horrible, Your Honor. I can't do anything that I love doing. I can't play hoops with my bros anymore. People, every time when I walk in public, they looking at me crazy.
How are you able to do your job? I see that you've submitted $50,000 in lost wages.
The whole promotion that I got, they had to put me on leave because they felt like I was not up to par for the job.
Well, to understand the nature of your injuries from a medical perspective, the court consulted Dr. Lauren Yancey. She's an ophthalmologist. Sheriff Matt, would you get Dr. Yancey?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I just want to say that it's not my fault. I do feel bad that he was injured, but it is not my fault. He needs to understand that there are consequences to his actions.
Ms. Davis, I get to decide whether it's your fault. I've got to ask you, have you ever testified in front of a stripper pole before?
This is definitely a first for me.
Please explain the nature of Mr. Moody's eye injury.
So this is just an external photograph of what we'll see to be more extensive injuries underneath the eyelid. This is a pretty devastating injury. It's hard to even get oriented in terms of where we are in the eye.